Hi, I'm Graham. Welcome back to Man vs Film, and we're going to move on with another FrightFest review. This is for the movie Lifechanger, one of the most oddest, weirdest movies that I've seen in the longest while. Trying to put it in the brackets with another movie was extremely hard, but the best thing I could put it akin to is something like Spring, or maybe even Under the Skin. It has that strange, weird tone and the unusual lead character of, say, Under the Skin, and it has this monstrous romantic centre to it, much like Spring. It's a movie about a character called Drew, and we only hear of him at the start in voiceover as he describes himself. He is a shapeshifter, a murderous shapeshifter. All through his life he has assumed other people's identities, taken on their life until the body starts to rot and he has to move on to another one. He doesn't have his own identity or his own body. All he has is this fleeting image of other people as he takes over their lives and lives their lives for however long the body lasts for. But he has had a connection once in his life, a connection that holds true to him, something that he hangs on to with this woman. And whenever he changes into a new body, be it male, female, old, young, whatever, he goes back to this bar and has interactions with this woman that he has a fascination with, a connection with, and the continuous conversations that seem to ebb and flow and take place where the last one left off with a different person is strange and really captivating and draws you into the story. This is a really weird movie because you don't have a protagonist to tie on to. Well, you do and you don't. You've got Drew in voiceover. It's the same voice telling you the story over and over, but we're constantly changing his visage, how he looks, or it could be a guy, could be a girl, could be old, could be young, could be in that body for a large period of time, could be in it for a very short period of time. And it's something that shouldn't really work, but it's marvellous to watch and it's simple to follow, and it's so marvellous, the filmmaking medium, that you actually attuned to this character, and even though appearance is constantly changing, you know that person, you know their voice, and the conversation feels real for that soul that we've been watching. And it's effortless how it constantly connects with Julia, the person that he has a connection with, or feels like he has a connection with. It's marvellous. It's set at Christmas time, and we have this recurring theme of Drew constantly being reborn, constantly over and over. And when he's reborn, he leaves the husk of the person whose body he has stolen lying there, that he has to dispose of, is where it becomes very Cronenbergian in its body horror, as the body starts to like rot and tear away, and it ultimately become these sort of husks, shriveled up, destroyed, distorted husks of human beings that he then has to dismember, clean up and dispose of, which is where the murderous element comes into. He is our protagonist, our character that we are following, his story that we like as a character, that we want to see get this happy ending with the love that he wants. But he's constantly destroying whatever he comes into contact with. It's his nature. He has this inability to hold it back. Whatever he touches is pretty much going to die, wither, rot at his hands. It's an interesting allegory for the movie and for romance and for fleeting times on the planet. It's something a little bit deeper, something a little bit more fun that you don't really expect in these kind of horror movies. Something that caught me off guard, but something that definitely put a smile on my face watching this movie and kept me captivated in where it was going to go next. Like I touched on previously, the conversations are the key to this. You have these punctuated scenes of the body horror, of the blood and the guts and the gore as it moves on, but it's always punctuated by these conversations, and the conversations with Julia and Drew, whoever he is. And these are the ones where the movie feels most at ease, as the characters are almost kind of verbally sparring against one another. They definitely have this playful banter, and like I said, when Drew's constantly changing his appearance and Julia is always the same, the conversations seem to flow from one night into the next body, the next night, and so on and so on. It feels like the continuous conversations, as if even though it's a different person, there's an instant connection between these two characters, and you're kind of hoping the best for them. It's a movie that constantly surprised me, that shouldn't really have worked as well as it did, and it's one that definitely I will go back to again and again. I think it's so much fun, so interesting, and so different than some of the other genre movies that's out there. Lifechanger is one to watch out for, and definitely one to check out. I'd love to know your thoughts on the movie once you've seen it. Let me know in the comment box below. and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.